Good afternoon, everyone. It is Saturday, and what am I doing today? I'm going to my cousin's house right now. Um, she recently moved to a new place, and I'm gonna help her with some furniture. She's not doing too well. She's a little under the weather. Probably got the flu, so I'm gonna go do that. I'm so exhausted. Just in general, I'm just exhausted in general. I don't think there's nothing in particular like, oh, I'm not exhausted because I had a rough day yesterday at work. I'm just exhausted in general. um, I need like a break, um, just from everything, just like a break. Stay at home, don't do anything. um, and I don't know, it's just so difficult to do that. I don't know why. um, I don't know if other people feel that way, but you know, I'm working Monday through Friday, and then I have off my Saturdays and Sundays, and it's just somehow, some way, even when in my head all week I say I'm not doing anything, I'm staying home, I am not lifting a finger. I mean, it just never happens. So, I mean, it doesn't mean that like I'm not burdened right now. You know, I'm going to my cousin's house because I want to go. Um, but at the same token, I am tired. um, but it's perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go over there. I don't plan on coming back too late. Tomorrow is Sunday as usual, so I'm gonna visit my mom during the day, and then in the afternoon, I'm going to gonna come back home and meet up with a coworker of mine. We have like a project that we have to complete um, for a training that we're both in. Uh, so we have to work on that project. But yeah, it's not much going on this weekend. Uh, I mean, I would like for it to be nothing going on this weekend, but it's okay. It's all right. It's a lot of Actually, I was gonna say there's a lot of traffic, but there is no traffic. At least not right now. Now, to get to my cousin's house in New Jersey, I have to get on what's called what you guys know, I hope, the Cross Bronx, and it is just more than likely gonna be jam-packed. They're doing some sort of construction, and so I think they have like one or two out of three roads or lanes closed, so it's gonna be a nightmare, I'm pretty sure. Which I'm looking right now, and I'm just like, it's not good. Anyway, so I guess a little update on my Tinder experience so far. I have to say I like it so much better than Grinder and Jacked for many different reasons. On Grinder, and I guess of course, you know, like, what am I supposed to expect? The main purpose of these apps is to hook up. But at the same time, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the traffic on this crosswalk, and it is just like, I wish I can turn this camera around. It is just bumper to bumper. Like, you guys have to see this. Okay, so some technical difficulties right now. For some reason, the camera doesn't want to flip to the other view, you know, the front camera view. Well, I mean, the traffic is really bad. You can probably see right there how I'm just like at a standstill right now. We're not moving. I just merged. And I can anticipate this being about a 1 hour just to get through. Anyway, so back to Tinder and just dating on apps in general. So I like Tinder a lot better, and I've only had it for about a week now, and I don't even have a profile really set up. I have no information about me and what I like to do, what my hobbies are, what my interests are. Um, and it's just been pleasant so far. With the exception of that one person who I spoke about um, last week. Anyway, but yeah, it's just been it's been a lot. It's been really nice. Uh, so one of the things that I did not like about Grinder and Jacked is that, and I guess again I understand, um, most of the people on there, on those apps, at least the ones that I encountered, only wanted sex and to hook up, and I was not interested in that. More, 3/4 of the time, I was not interested in that. It's not what I was looking for. Um, in addition, I felt like, at least in my area or where I was not meeting other people who were professionally stable. Does that make sense? Like, I was not interacting with people who were employed or had jobs, like in the retail, and no problem, not a problem with people. But for me, what I'm looking for is not just, a hookup. So those other qualities that I'm interested in, that someone else who is just looking for a hookup wouldn't be interested in. Does that make sense? So someone who's on there to hook up doesn't care if you work at McDonald's or if you work down at the World Trade Center or if you're down at Wall Street, whereas I do, you know. That's one of the things that, I want someone who's gonna be equally as motivated, equally as professionally stable. Give me 1 second. I have a phone call and this thing is not shutting off, so you're gonna hear this phone call. Work never stops. Anyway, so I was talking about Tinder. So, on Tinder, it's like the complete opposite. No one has hit me up on Tinder wanting to, hook up right away. I mean, I'm not saying that that's not their intention, but that's not what their first message to me was. I've interacted with at least like 6-7 people. Not all of it turned into anything. There's probably about 2 possible prospects. And I like the fact that I'm interacting with like-minded young professionals. That I'm very happy about that. So hopefully this app is a lot more successful at what I'm looking for than Grindr and Jacked. And you know what, the at the core, the problem was that I just wasn't on the right platform. Grindr and Jacked are not meant to be used, at least for me, at least based on my experience, it's not really meant to be used as a tool to date other people. It's like people just want to hook up, and when that's not what you're looking for, it's just a big turnoff. Like, I don't want to get a message from a stranger who may or may not be attractive, saying, how big is your junk? I'm not interested. That's not appealing to me, that's your first message. In fact, that's a huge turn off. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, so I am trying something new with my phone. Instead of, I'm sorry, I just got a message on Grindr from someone who I have been chatting with back and forth with for about 5 days, and the last message was, do you want to exchange numbers? So he responded, and I'm pretty hyped, to have like, okay, step 2, we've got some numbers going on. let's see. The guy's pretty cool. He I don't his name is Manny, and he lives in the state of New Jersey, like my cousin does. That I don't even know how that happened, um, because I haven't gone to New Jersey or was in New Jersey. And if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that that Tinder, um, uses your GPS location, and the people around you who have Tinder, I don't know. At least that's what I think. I think it uses the same type of like uh, software like Grinder and Jacked, where they use your location um, to to pop up to other people. Anyway, I I'm happy. I'm happy with Tinder so far. Um, so he lives in New Jersey, and no, I'm not gonna go see him today. I don't know him yet, but he lives in New Jersey, and his name is Manny, and that's all I'm gonna say about that right now. I haven't had a vacation since summer of 2015. I haven't gone on vacation, or I haven't gone on holiday like my I was just about to say my friend, like the gorgeous Patricia Bright says. I love that they say like going on holiday. But I have not been on any holiday or vacation since summer of 2015, and I desperately need it. I have 2 vacations coming up. I have one in March. It's like a 2-week vacation. I don't know if I'm gonna go anywhere just yet. I would love to go on a cruise, but I'm not sure how that's gonna work. And I just put in for another vacation in April. So hopefully I would take 3 weeks out of the 6 weeks total that I have right now, just sitting in the bank, waiting for someone to use them. So I think that's what I'm gonna do as far as a vacation. I think I would try to go away in March. March is my birthday month. So hopefully I could find like a nice cruise that would leave from New York. A lot of people like or like to go on cruises from Florida, and that freaks me out a little bit, because if you think about it, what if for some crazy reason there's some delay on your flight and you missed the cruise? Or I guess you can schedule everything so that you fly out to Florida a day before the day that the cruise departs to ensure. But even then, I kind of like, I want to go, and I want to go now. So the last time I went on a cruise was in, it was spring of 2014. Yeah, spring of 2014. I went to the Bahamas with my ex, and it was a really nice trip. I think that I will have an even more spectacular trip this time around. So, and you know what's crazy? I just saw about 2 weeks ago. I saw a oh my goodness! I saw a cruise advertisement online of a cruise that was going to Cuba. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. But I don't think that it was leaving. I don't think it's leaving from New York, and B, I don't think they had any departures in the month of March. And I don't want to do the Bahamas again. I've done that before. But I do remember how I loved the food on the cruise. I loved all of the activities on the cruise. You know how people sometimes say, or at least I've heard people tell me, that they get bored on the cruise. I was never bored on the cruise at all. Every day it was something different going on, that I was always entertained. They had like game night sometimes. They had a casino, which was not all that, but they still had one. They had a club. You know, they got the sun deck. They've got a spa. They got a theater. I mean, every day there's stuff to do. And I mean, if you go by yourself, you know, maybe you will get a little bored than if you go with a couple. But I really don't care. I just want to go and get away and stay away. And stay away. Because I need it. Oh, I really do need it.